I did.
All right, you may proceed. SB 656.
I think it is important to hear, if you don't mind, Madam Chair and committee members, SB 656.
It's your right to present. It's my right to give you hell.
Let's not change anything. SB 656 addresses a unique formula concern in the Judges Retirement System 2, which was established in November of 1994. The formula is a hybrid defined contribution and defined benefit pension plan. So 24 years later, we're observing deficiencies that need to be corrected. The state Superior Court judges are the only California job classification in such a plan as far as I am aware of. We have been working the past 2 years to add minor amendments to the plan while minimizing costs to the judiciary branch. I served on the Orange County Employee Retirement System Board for 12 years and am very focused on fair and sustainable pension benefits and retirement benefits. Although we have determined that the actuarial cost is $21 million amortized over 20 years, I believe the morale boost and the productivity that will result from these modifications will be more than offsetting the cost and will be a net benefit to the state of California and its residents. And the $21 million is a very liberal calculation with the actual cost anticipated to be lower. We do the taxpayers a poor service by watching a judge continue to serve on the bench while enduring chemo treatment in order to attain the requisite number of years of service in order to ensure that a spouse receives a retirement income should the treatment prove to be unsuccessful. The good news is that JRS 2 is strongly funded, and Governor Brown has appointed numerous judges who deserve fairness in their compensation packages. I'll get to let my witnesses get to specifics, but Madam Chair, SB 656 has received the title of the Judicial Fairness Act of 2018 for a reason. The awkward non-incentives in the current structure should be remedied. This bill is fair, it improves morale, and it treats judges in a similar manner as the bargaining groups they work with. Amortizing $21 million over 20 years is a small stipend that will return dividends in multiples in recruiting and retaining judges. I have worked closely with CalPERS and have taken their amendments and suggestions. Senator Ricardo Lara is a joint author, and Assembly Members Breaux and Cooley are principal co-authors, and Assemblyman Calderon is a co-author. This bill has bipartisan support. I've received some 800 signatures from judges throughout the state in support, and it is my request that SB 656 be removed from suspense at the earliest time conveniently possible and brought to the Assembly floor for approval. And let me allow my two witnesses to provide judicial thoughts. And thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. I'll be very brief. My name is Lori Damrell, and I'm a new judge with the Sacramento Superior Court. I'm here today speaking not on behalf of the Sacramento Superior Court or any particular organization, but rather as an individual judge, seeing this through the prism of my own experience as a mother, as a wife, as a person committed to serving in public service for years to come. I feel privileged to have been appointed just last year, and I sincerely hope that I have the privilege to serve as a judge for at least the next 25 plus years. But I also know that things happen, and sometimes it just doesn't work the way we plan, and this bill addresses that reality. Consider, for example, Judge Steve Perk from Orange County, who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer at age 63 after 19 years of service. Doctors gave him 4 to 6 months to live, and fortunately they were wrong, but at the time, he knew he had to survive to the age of 65 to get a defined benefit for his wife. A disability retirement was worth about a third of the defined benefit payout he had been counting on for his family's financial security. As ill as he was, if SB 656 were the law, he could have left when he reached 20 years of service and assured his wife of financial security. As it is, he put in nearly a full year in ill health after his 20-year anniversary as a judge just to avoid leaving himself and his wife with less than half of the defined benefit they were counting on. This is not the only judge who has suffered from this type of experience, and it could happen to anyone. As a newly appointed judge, I'm aware as well of a number of well-qualified lawyers, my former peers, who see this lack of security as an impediment to pursuing a judgeship, particularly because you don't see this type of cliff vesting in the private sector or even in the public sector. As you've heard, this legislation is a very modest fix that would have a profound impact on the lives of my colleagues over the next several decades, and with that, and for that reason, I respectfully request your aye vote.
Additional supporters.
Madam Chair, thank you. Members of the committee. Kent Hamlin, I'm a judge of the Fresno Superior Court for 19 and a half years and a director of the Alliance of California Judges, a sponsor for this bill. I appreciate your giving us a chance to speak about this bill. I have just one more tragic example to give to you. Paul Vortman, a judge in Tulare County, appointed at age 59, put in 10 years, diagnosed with cancer, terminal cancer. spent the last year on the bench in life-preserving care so that he could reach his retirement age and not deny his wife a decent retirement. He died 41 days after he retired. That was an impact on his court, on the people of that county, and a tragedy as far as he and his wife wondering if she was going to be left virtually penniless. Leaving a day or dying a day before he reached 70 would have cost more than half of their pension. And we're not talking about king's riches here. She's looking at something less than $60,000 a year because he made it to the finish line. We would have left that woman with less than $30,000 a year, married to him for 40 plus years. This is a man who has given a lot, and there's no reason, there's no public policy reason for judges to face that kind of hardship, and more importantly, their spouses and survivors who depend on them. This bill, is, as the senator pointed out, has overwhelming bipartisan support. It's a very small price for a small fix that helps to address the worst aspects of this bill. We are not asking for a whole lot of improvement in the sense of getting out early, extra pay, nothing. CalPERS has opined that this does not violate PEPRA and that it does not provide any enhancement to any existing benefit. No judge gets $1 more. No judge gets $1 a day sooner than if that judge stayed on the bench to retirement. I urge your support for the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there additional supporters?
Good morning. Lance Ito, Los Angeles Superior Court, retired, in strong support.
John Adams, Judge of the Orange County Superior Court, in strong support.
Teresa Canepa, Judge of Contra Costa County, in strong support.
Judge Elizabeth Lippert of Los Angeles, in strong support. Thank you.
Thank you. It's not often we have famous judges in our Appropriations Committee. It was kind of cool. Speakers in opposition. Department of Finance.
Finance is opposed to this measure because it increases the cost of the judge's retirement system to members' pension benefits, which in turn increases the state's fiscal liability.
Thank you. This bill does go to suspense. I love the presentation. I have spent a lifetime before this working towards ensuring secure retirements for all workers. And I would note that, we fight really hard to keep pensions for trash truck drivers who hope to retire with $27,000 a year in pension. And, so I just want to bring that up as there are workers who work their entire life and would hope to only preserve a pension that was less than $30,000. I understand people live at different levels, but I had to note that for my Republican colleague from Orange County, that this is a part of a broader conversation, I would hope. And thank you. This does get moved to the suspense file.
And we have worked diligently over the last 2 years to try and build some fairness to every bargaining group. So I thank you for your indulgence, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you.